Hello, sports fans. We are ready for NFL picks for week number 7 in the league where they play. For pay! And let's get right to it. Another week in the NFL that was completely crazy. No one knows what's going on in the NFL this year. Let's get right to the Week 7 picks. Let's start in the dog pound in Cleveland, where the Tennessee Titans are minus 6.5 against the Cleveland Browns. Tennessee up to 3-3. Beat the Colts last night. Mariota back. That's a good sign for Tennessee. 3-way tie in that division. So that's a wild division right now. 3 teams at 3-3. The Colts at 2-4. Wide open. Cleveland, the one thing you can count on in the NFL this year, the one thing you can count on is the Browns will be just as bad as ever. Browns 0-6, lost to Houston. The Browns look atrocious on both sides of the ball again. Don't know what they're doing at quarterback. To me, the Browns should have drafted Watson. He would have energized that franchise. The Browns, you can always count on them for a good 2-14 season. I mean, they are just atrocious. In a league with so much parity, in a league where, teams are doing better this year, the Browns continue to be the worst team in the NFL. The Cleveland Brown fans deserve better. The dog pound deserves better. I feel sorry for you, Cleveland Brown fans. This is atrocious. They got bombed by a Houston team that has no defensive players left, and they gave up 30 points. I mean, like they were handing out candy. Terrible performance by the Browns last week. As far as this game, I got to go with Tennessee. Straight up. And in the money line, Tennessee's coming off a win. They got Mariota back. And Cleveland, they can't get out of their own way. We don't know what the quarterback situation is. They're a mess. They're an absolute mess. I'm not taking the Browns. I'll take Tennessee. That's pick number 1. Pick number 2. Let's go up to Minnesota, where the Minnesota Vikings are minus 5 against the Baltimore Ravens, and how fortunes in the NFL change in just 1 week. Minnesota up to 4-2. First place despite all their problems. Despite Bradford being out and Cook being out for the year, and they're going with the backup Keenum. Minnesota beats Green Bay. Green Bay loses Rodgers for the year, and Minnesota jumps into first place despite all their problems. I mean, Green Bay now has no Rodgers. Detroit's falling apart. The Bears are not ready. You look up Minnesota's in first place, and they got a lot of issues. But what Minnesota does do well is they play very good defense. Keenum has been playing well. So nice job by Minnesota being 4-2 at this point. Baltimore 3-3, lost to Chicago at home. What an atrocious, awful, hideous loss for the Ravens. Baltimore went out to Oakland and looked good 2 weeks ago, and then they come home and lose to the Bears with a rookie quarterback in their building. The big bad bully Ravens couldn't beat the Bears with a rookie quarterback. Let the Bears in overtime waltz up right down the field and kick the game-winning field goal. Ravens had the Bears pinned way back like at their 10-yard line. Could not stop them. Atrocious loss by the Baltimore Ravens. I'm taking Minnesota in the money line. They're home. They got some momentum now. They can smell that division is wide open. They're in first place. Minnesota, believe it or not, I mean, they've put it together here, so they've done some good things. They're 4-2 with the backup quarterback. I don't trust Baltimore at all. I don't trust them on the road. I'll go Minnesota money line. That's pick number 2. Pick number 3. Let's go to Steel City in Pittsburgh. Speaking of teams that are up, down, and all around, with the Pittsburgh Steelers are minus 6 against the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati 2-3 off a bye week. Pittsburgh 4-2. So 2 weeks ago they lose at home to Jacksonville 30-9. They couldn't score a touchdown. They gave up 5 interceptions. So what did they do? They go into Kansas City. They beat the undefeated Chiefs for the 3rd time in less than a year. Are you kidding me? Up, down, all around. I'll tell you, Pittsburgh has Kansas City's number. Steelers 4-2. They're in first place. So again, you just don't know what you're getting week to week from these teams. Again, I'm going to go Steelers money line here. I think the Steelers off the Kansas City win at home. I don't think they're going to lose 2 in a row at home. I know the Bengals have won 2 in a row. I don't trust them, though. So I'm going to go Pittsburgh money line here. That's pick number 3. Pick number 4. Let's go up to Buffalo, where the Buffalo Bills are minus 3 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bills 3-2 off a bye. Tampa Bay down to 2-3. Lost to Arizona. I mean, Tampa Bay is not showing me anything. I mean, Winston hurt. I don't know if he's even going to play. Why is the spread only 3? With Winston being questionable, Tampa Bay being very shaky right now. Buffalo's been pretty good. They're home. I thought the spread would be more than 3. I'm going to take the Bills probably against the spread and in a money line. So I like Buffalo there. Tampa Bay has shown me very little this year. I mean, they made Arizona's offense look good. Tampa Bay, very disappointing. I'm going Buffalo. That's pick number 4. Pick number 5. Let's go out to Los Angeles, where the LA Rams are minus 3.5 against the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona up to 3-3, beat Tampa Bay, finally showed some life on offense. They get Adrian Peterson from the Saints. Adrian Peterson played a great game. We'll see if he can keep it up. Arizona this year, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. That's been how they've gone about their business. LA Rams 4-2, nice bounce back win in Jacksonville. The Rams have done a really good job. They're a hair away from being 5-1. Could have easily beat Seattle. The Rams have done a very good job. I have to like the Rams at home here. I really like the direction the Rams are going in, and I don't trust Arizona. I still don't trust them. I know Peterson looked good. I know the offense looked better. They're going to have to show me they can get it done on the road before I start taking them. I'll take Rams money line, and that is pick number 5. Pick number 6, let's go out to Los Angeles again, where the Denver Broncos are minus 1.5 against the LA Chargers. Chargers up to 2-4, found a way to beat Oakland. Chargers have won 2 in a row. Broncos down to 3-2, lost to the Giants at home. The Giants are decimated with injuries, and the Giants pushed the Broncos around. I'll tell you, the Broncos are starting to remind me of how they played last year. We were throwing bouquets at the Broncos when they beat up Dallas. How much does that win really mean right now? Dallas doesn't look all that great right now. Denver, I'll tell you, they've been shaky. Lose to Buffalo. Got handled by the Giants here. I don't like what I'm seeing from Denver. Simeon's banged up, but he'll play. They lose Sanders, their receiver, for a while. Denver's offense, not good, and I certainly don't like them on the road. Denver's played 4 of their first 5 at home. They're going to have a lot of road games now. I'm going to move this line to 7.5. I'm going to take the Chargers. Chargers have won 2 in a row. Home field and the 7.5, and Denver's offense is not very good. I'll take the Chargers there in a teaser. That's pick number 6. Pick number 7, let's go down to South Florida. Once again, teams that are up and down. With the Miami Dolphins are minus 3 against the New York Jets. Jets down to 3-3, lost a tough game to New England, had a bad call go against them. That call could have went either way, it went against them. Miami, they are up to 3-2 somehow. They beat Atlanta in Atlanta. Miami was down 17-0 at the half. How many Dolphin fans, or how many fans in general, thought Miami was coming back from 17-0 in the second half in Atlanta? Not one. If you were a Dolphin fan, you thought this game was over. The Dolphins somehow are 3-2 despite being shut out in back-to-back games. Their defense has done a great job. They have hung in the game. The Dolphins have not scored more than 20 points this year, but they have not given up more than 20 points. They outscored Atlanta 20-0 in the second half. The Atlanta special teams was atrocious last week. Miami finally gets their first interception of the year to seal the deal. Really good job by Miami battling. I mean, just last week, the fans were booing Cutler. We know Cutler's not any good. Miami has found a way to get to 3-2, which is almost hard to believe. As far as this game, Miami minus 3 against the Jets. I just gave you the stat. Miami has not scored more than 20 or given up more than 20. So I'm going to move the line to 9 and take the Jets. I think it's a 16-13 game somebody. Jets beat up Miami the first game. I think it's a close game, but being, Miami can't score, doesn't give up a lot, I think it'll be low scoring. 16-13 someone, but I'll take the Jets in a teaser, plus 9. Hard to believe the Dolphins are 3-2 and won that game last week, but nice job by the defense. They're really hanging in there. That's pick number 7. Pick number 8. Let's go up to New England, where the New England Patriots are minus 3.5 against the Atlanta Falcons. New England up to 4-2, hung on to beat the Jets. They got the call go their way. Atlanta down to 3-2, as I just mentioned, lost to Miami. All right, Atlanta. Just an atrocious, awful, pitiful performance by the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta could easily be 1-4 this year. Could have lost to the Bears. Could have easily lost to Detroit. They did lose to Buffalo and lost here to Miami. They have a 17-0 lead in their building at the half and let the Dolphins and that offense come back with Jay Cutler. All I heard in the offseason from Atlanta is, we got to finish this year. After blowing the Super Bowl last year, we got to finish. Well, Atlanta has done the exact opposite. They have not finished at all. They let Chicago come back. They let Detroit come back. They couldn't get it done against Buffalo, and they couldn't hold a 17-0 lead in their building against Miami. Terrible, atrocious performance by the Falcons. Soft. Falcons, you got to wake up. You got to do better. Hey, I've been praising the Falcons for a while, but they got to wake up. They really got to get it together. I mean, come on. You cannot blow a 17-0 lead in your building against a Dolphin team that was shut out twice this year. You cannot do it. And what's with Matt Ryan at the end of the game throwing into double coverage and getting that ball picked off when you're kind of in field goal range already? You have a chance to win the game. Plenty of time left, and you're forcing that ball down the middle. Terrible job by Matt Ryan. Terrible job by the Falcons. How bad was the Falcons' special teams last week? Atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Abominable loss by the Falcons. As far as this game, I'm taking New England money line. New England will find a way to finish. Atlanta won't. I'll take New England. That's pick number 8. Pick number 9. Let's go to Philadelphia, where the Philadelphia Eagles are -5 against the Washington Redskins. Philadelphia 5-1, beat Carolina on a Thursday night. The Eagles are doing a great job so far this year. Washington up to 3-2, hung on and beat San Francisco, and Washington was very lucky. San Francisco was in field goal range, took an offensive pass interference call, pushed them out. Washington was very lucky to hang on in this game. I'm going to go Philly money line. Philly already beat Washington in D.C. Philly's got the extra time to prepare. Washington's a little banged up. I like Philly right now. I like their team on both sides of the ball. I think they get it done here. It should be a good NFC East game. I like Philly in the money line. It's pick number 9. And pick number 10, let's go to Chicago, where the Carolina Panthers are -3 against the Chicago Bears. Carolina down to 4-2, lost to Philly in a tough game on Thursday Night Football. Chicago up to 2-4, did a really nice job beating Baltimore. Did not think they were going to do that with the rookie quarterback. It's a tricky game because Chicago's been very competitive at home, but I got to lean towards Carolina. I'm going to take Carolina money line here. I think Chicago's rookie quarterback is going to get picked a couple times in this game. Carolina, extra time to prepare. I think Carolina's just better than Chicago right now, so I'm going to take Carolina money line. Tricky game, though, but I'll take the Panthers there. Those are the 10 picks in the NFL. I'm going to pass on a few games, and there's 2 teams with a bye week. 2 teams with a bye. Detroit 3-3, lost to New Orleans. What's happened to Detroit? Detroit gave up 100 points to the Saints. They're falling apart. They need a bye in the worst way. Houston 3-3, beat Cleveland. Houston's now an offensive team. Now they got all these guys out on defense. Did beat Cleveland. They have a bye. And I'm going to throw out 5 games because I don't know what's going on in these 5 games. First of all, Dallas -6 at San Francisco. Dallas 2-3 off a bye. Not playing well at all this year, especially on defense. We don't know about Elliott again. He's not suspended. He is. He might be. Could be. Might not be. Elliott in, out, in. We don't know what's going on with him. San Francisco's 0-6, but they've lost 5 games by 3 points or fewer. That's an NFL record. So I don't know what you're getting in that game. That's a throwout. Seattle at the Giants is a throwout. Seattle's -6 at the Giants. Seattle's 3-2 off a bye. They don't play all that great on the road, but they're 6-point favorites. Giants are 1-5. We thought they were a dead carcass, but they went into Denver and beat up the Broncos. So I don't know what I'm getting there. That's a throwout. New Orleans -6 at Green Bay is a throwout on general principle. Green Bay's 4-2, but they lose Rodgers for the year. Don't know what you're getting. New Orleans is now a 6-point favorite on the road. They've won 3 in a row. Bombed Detroit. Saints look bad the first 2 weeks, and then they look great the last 3 weeks. Don't know what I'm getting there. Throwout. Jacksonville -3 at Indianapolis is another throwout. Colts are 2-4. Still no luck. When is luck getting back? Jacksonville's 3-3, lost to the Rams. Jacksonville's up, down, up, down. What's with the crowd in Jacksonville last week? You can't fill the building out there? I noticed when Jacksonville wins the turnover battle, like +6 or +5 against Pittsburgh, they do great. When they play on even terms, they struggle because Bortles actually has to do something. To me, Bortles is not a good quarterback. They're thin at receiver, Jacksonville. They have a good running back, but he's banged up. They rely on their defense, and they rely on winning the turnover battle. If they don't win the turnover battle like +4, 5, or 6, they struggle. So I'm going to throw that game out. Kansas City on the Thursday night, -3 against Oakland. I mean, in Oakland, again, this should be a Sunday or Monday night game, not a Thursday night game. Kansas City's 5-1, but they just lost to Pittsburgh. Oakland's 2-4, lost to the Chargers. Raiders have lost 4 in a row. They got Carr back. He looked rusty. All the magic the Raiders had last year is gone. All the magic Del Rio had last year is gone. They're up 10-7 against the Chargers. They're around midfield, 4th and 2. Del Rio, I thought he should have punted. He goes for it. That backfired. So all the magic Del Rio and the Raiders had last year is gone. Raiders lose this game, they're in danger of not making the playoffs. This is almost a must-win for the Raiders, but I don't know what you're getting from them. Chiefs off a loss, they're going to be angry. So to me, that's a throwout, and I don't like Thursday Night Football to begin with because you don't know what's going on. So to me, 5 throwouts, and you got 2 teams with a bye. So I'm only picking 10 games this week. So those are my NFL picks for week number 7. I'll tell you, it's been rough the last couple of weeks. It's so hard. Everyone is up and down, up, down, one good performance, one bad. So much inconsistency in the league, so much parity in the league, so many injuries in the league. Very hard to pick, so we'll keep throwing the picks out there. Hopefully I catch fire soon. That's your NFL picks for week number 7. As far as the college football, there was a lot of upsets last week. Washington lost to Arizona State. Washington State got bombed by Cal. Clemson lost to Syracuse. So now your top 5 in college football: Alabama, Penn State, Georgia, TCU, and Wisconsin. Ohio State trying to make a run back in there. Game day will be at Penn State this week. Penn State undefeated. They play Michigan, who hasn't looked good this year. Michigan already lost to Michigan State. Barely beat Indiana in overtime. That's where game day is. Not many great games again this week. You got USC Notre Dame's a decent game, but both of those teams have a loss. Maybe keep an eye on Central Florida Navy because Central Florida is undefeated, but not a great week in college football. Game day is covering Michigan, and Michigan has not looked good at all this year. So that's your college football. Major League Baseball, Dodgers up 2-0 against the Cubs. Game 3 at Wrigley tonight. Houston up 2-1 against the Yankees. Game 4 in New York this afternoon. That's your Major League Baseball. How about the United States not making the World Cup in soccer? Absolutely deplorable by the United States not making the World Cup. That was an awful job by them. That sets U.S. soccer back 4 years. Awful job by the United States. Losing to Trinidad 2-1. That is unforgivable. Deplorable job by the United States men's team not making the World Cup. All right, there you go. You guys are all caught up. I'm not doing comments for a few weeks. I'm not doing comments. I've been inundated with comments, so I'm going to take a break from the comments. Plus, I'm not going to do that thumbs up, thumbs down thing anymore. To me, that's just mindless stuff. I mean, now people don't even have conversations. They just do thumbs up, thumbs down on everything. Like if I write a comment, someone will give me 8 thumbs up. And then if someone writes something underneath that, then someone will give, 10 thumbs up to that. And it goes on and on. Thumbs down, thumbs up, thumbs to the side, thumbs here, thumbs there, thumbs on an angle, thumbs up. You basically don't have a conversation anymore. You just do thumbs up and thumbs down with people, for what they say. So the whole conversation is thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs to the side, thumbs to the angle, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. It gets mindless after a while. So I'm turning off thumbs up, thumbs down. I'm sick of looking at that feature. And believe me, this is not against my great fans. I have great fans. I get a lot of great messages. Need a couple weeks off from all the comments. I was inundated with comments and messages for the last couple weeks. Hard to keep track of all of them. And then the thumbs up, thumbs down thing is just mindless after a while. It's not even like you're having a conversation anymore. It's like I say something, thumbs up, someone else says something, thumbs down, and that's the whole conversation down. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs to the side, thumbs to the thumbs on an angle, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Mindless stuff. I'm turning that feature off for good. So there you go. You guys are all caught up. You guys are all set. Thanks as always for the support. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. Pick a lot of winners. Make a lot of money. We'll try to turn things around this week, but it's been a rough go the last couple of weeks. I'm bound to get hot sooner or later. This is where I started to get hot last year. So let's hope we get hot this week in week number 7, and we go from there. There you go. You guys are all caught up. I will talk to you guys next Tuesday. Take care.